Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Emma here and I hope you've all had a good week. I went to see Hosier this week and it was pretty amazing, so far I feel like I've had a good week. Anyway, last week we left on a bit of a cliffhanger, so this is a sort of two-part episode then, and I really want to know what's going on. I feel like last week's episode was more of a setup to this one. So we know that there's a civilization underneath us, underneath the earth, and it is a race called, a couple of people mentioned this in the comments, they are called the Silurians. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but they were apparently in the classic Doctor Who, so that's quite interesting to know. Thanks for letting me know that. So we were last left on Amy being captured, about to be dissected, Rory and again a couple of new characters guarding the Silurian, who seems to think that one of them will kill her, and I'm still betting on it being the old man because I think he got poisoned, well he was poisoned by her tongue, but I think maybe it lets her control him. Again, probably totally off, I'm probably totally wrong. And also, we had Rory putting the engagement ring in the TARDIS, so I wonder if there's significance there, if that'll come up in this episode. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into it, to see if this episode's a bit more exciting, if we've got more to it. And I think it's time to get into the episode. Time to embrace the madness. Here we go. Oh, I just love the Doctor Who opening title sequence. I'm never not going to watch it anytime it's on.
This place is enormous and deserted. Majority of the race are probably still asleep. We need to find Amy. Looking for...
See, that looks pretty amazing. That's stunning.
Front door approach, definitely. Always the best way.
Maybe not, Doctor.
That's also good. We're not armed. We're here in peace.
Oh, that man was brilliant though. Like, he was willing to take that for Amy. Good. How did she manage that? Oh, she is too curious for her own good, Amy is. What have they did to him? Why steal children?
Who are you? You and the Doctor. Why is this happening to us? What did we ever do?
The Doctor will get your son back, I promise. In the meantime...
Again with him making the promises that you can't necessarily keep.
Exchange for your family. Keep that creature safe.
Why aren't you dead? You're carrying my venom in your blood, but you should have died. Why?
Okay, so it's just venom, it's not a way of her for her to control him.
Why would I want to escape when I can watch you die? The first ape death of the coming war.
Yeah, he still might kill her now.
Your weapon was attacking the oxygen pockets above our city.
The rest of your invasion force?
Invasion force. Me and lovely Nazareth.
Oh, I quite like how this could just be all a miscommunication now. Oh, it's just their armour.
Some sort of suspended animation. I wonder what these are.
They're going to wake up.
Weapons.
Oh no. Yeah, of course he's going to think that he's just been dissected by them. See, the Doctor would not be happy with that. He already said no weapons.
I met another tribe of Homo reptilian. Similar, but not identical.
Others of our species have survived.
No.
The humans attacked them. They died, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that just makes him want revenge there though. I think maybe the Doctor should not have said anything about that.
I saw what you've done to my dad.
Why would I do
Oh, so it will be her.
I don't want to use I want you to put things right. Use it.
You're just going to give her what she wants.
You're too afraid. A woman who can't even protect her own child must be too weak to take.
Oh no, wait, it did something worse to her than it would a human.
Hope you tell us what to do.
I knew this would come. And soon the war.
Oh, Rory, do not let her die. It'll just give her what she wants.
I'm not gonna let you, not today.
Let them go, or I shoot. I'm warning you.
Don't you touch her! And you.
He's like, oh God.
Made your point.
This is now a military tribunal. Go back to your laboratory, Malachi.
This isn't the way.
Mate, you've just been dissecting people. Where's this conscious came from?
Okay, sorry. This This girl didn't live up to its potential.
I'm glad you're okay.
Me too.
Show me.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, Ambrose messed up.
Ambrose.
Steady now, everyone.
Get off me, Dad! Will, stop!
Oh.
You're not doing what you say anymore. Now give me back my family.
Okay, I get where she's coming from though. Like, they've got her child and her husband.
No. Execute the girl.
No! No!
Oh, is this the leader?
War while the rest of us sleep, Restak?
The Ibs are attacking us.
Bring a layer. We hand her over. We can.
This is not good. This is not good. This is not good.
I won't do it.
Look at what they did to you.
This isn't about me or you.
No.
Oh, she still want to take weapons with her. Oh.
Do it for Elliot.
Ambrose is going to ruin all of this. Is he alright? Oh, what's he planning now?
Lived on the surface of the planet long before you did. Our sole purpose has been to return to our rightful place.
And we've got a planet that can't already sustain the people who live there.
You give us space, we can bring new sources of new methods of water supply.
Okay. Yeah, that's worth it. Go for it. They were there first anyway.
Your friends are here.
Oh. Great.
What are you doing?
Okay, so she's wanting that war.
You're a good scientist, Malachi, but this is war.
Oh.
Here they are.
Nah, so no matter what then, they were still wanting the war. Okay. They're both as bad as each other.
Something's wrong.
Doctor, what's he carrying?
You have to believe me, they're better than this.
This is our planet.
We have a chance here.
Leave us alone.
Oh my God, is she just doubling down?
About this, you tell people there was a chance, but you are so much less than the best of humanity.
Yeah, she did need told.
One person let us down, but there is a whole race of dazzling, peaceful human beings.
Yeah, she's not going to listen to that right now. She's had her sister murdered.
Our drill is set to start burrowing again in 15 minutes.
Why?
What? Leave you alone.
This woman.
You and your dad, keep your eyes on that screen. Let me know if we get company. You're not dying, you're mutating.
How can I stop it?
Decontamination program might work, don't know.
But what'll happen if he mutates though? I'd like to see that.
You have to be out and on the surface by then.
But we can't get past Restak's troops.
I can help with that. Citywide fumigation by toxic gas. Then the city shuts down.
You could end up killing your own people.
Only those foolish enough to follow them.
Now, I'll amend the system, set your alarm for 1,000 years' time. 1,000 years to sort the planet out.
Yeah, it's only fair. I mean, it was their planet first.
Now,
But the decontamination program on your friend hasn't started yet.
We're not leaving you here. Grandad!
8 minutes, 10 seconds.
Oh, I want to see what it becomes.
I'm not gonna see you again.
Oh.
This is not the order!
Yeah, you would want to save yourself.
Everyone follow Nazarene. Look for a blue box.
I'm not coming out.
What?
What?
Is she just going to go one of the pods and stay down there?
Other way, idiot!
No questions. Just get in and yes, I know it's big. Not now. It's getting wider.
The crack's back. The crack is back.
Parts of space and time we should never have touched right here.
Why is it back?
The angels laughed when I didn't know. Prisoner Zero knew. Everybody knows. Except
Something to do with the Doctor and something to do with Amy.
you can't put your hand in there. Why not?
Yeah, I'm with Rory. Do not do that.
Doctor!
No.
You hear me? I can't die here. Don't say that. So beautiful. If time energy catches up with you, you'll never have been born. You can't help me.
I am not leaving him!
We have to.
No!
I'm sorry.
Get off me!
Sorry.
Get off me!
No.
This is different. This is your own history changing.
Tell me it's gonna be okay. You have to make it okay!
Still save his memory. Come on, Amy.
The ring, the ring. Will the ring not help her remember? But does that mean that if he lives in her mind that he can still be alive? They can find him at some point?
Seconds till it all goes up.
She's forgotten him. She's forgotten him. My God. Right, Rory still has to be alive out there. There's no way that that's him just dead.
Now you show your son how wrong you were. You make him the best of humanity. In the way you couldn't be.
Oh, hey, look! There I am again! Hello, me!
Oh, this is just sad.
Are you okay?
I thought I saw someone else there for a second.
Can I not say to her? Like, can I not mention it? That Rory's existed and who Rory is?
To come.
Are we about to see the TARDIS get destroyed? Okay, so no, I refuse to believe that Rory is dead. I just don't think if he was going to die, it wouldn't be like that. It wouldn't be this episode. It would be like a finale. It would not... I just don't think this death is final. I think that the engagement ring definitely comes into play in the future, at least to help Amy remember Rory, and maybe once she remembers, they can go and stop it or look from another timeline, or there's just some sort of way to bring him back, because I just don't see that being the end of Rory, and I refuse to accept that that's the end of Rory, and I think that the Doctor needs to do something to get him back, and he has to do something quite quickly, and I will not accept anything else. And we actually had the crack back again, which we all know I'm just obsessed with, so it was good to see that back. I still think it's to do with Amy and that it's following her about, even more so now. And then with the Doctor bringing out a shard from the TARDIS. So clearly the TARDIS is exploded. So is that the cause of the crack forming? Is it to do with Amy and the Doctor? And then for that Silurian, the Chief Silurian, to say that the losses to come in the future for the Doctor. So he clearly knows more about what the Doctor faces in the future and who he loses. So yeah, it has to do with that. And I'm really interested, really curious to know where this will lead and what will happen with the crack and what's going to happen to the TARDIS. If it explodes and if it gets destroyed, does the TARDIS regenerate? I assume it must, but how does it do that? I really was hoping that the Silurians, I think that's how you say it, Silurians? Well, I was really hoping that they would find common ground with the humans, and it looked like they were negotiating quite well after they were given, both sides were given a reason to have the Silurians up on Earth, as in it would be advantageous for humans as well because of the benefits that they would bring by way of technology and health benefits and energy, which would have been very useful for Earth. So it looked like it was all working out as well until, of course, Ambrose. And you know, at first I totally understood where Ambrose was coming from. They took her child, they took her husband, and she just wants to find some sort of way of getting them back. She's a desperate woman who's desperate to find her child, and most mothers would do anything to find their child, to protect their child. So I understand why she would taser Alia. I didn't expect her to die from getting tasered. And I doubt that Ambrose expected that to happen either. She was just looking for a way to get her child back, and if that was by threats, then she was going to use that. At first I thought, okay, so she's learned from that. There was a reason why she did that, and she's now learnt from her mistakes. She won't do it again. No, what does she do? She doubles down on them. And instead decides to try and find weapons to also keep it so that the drill does a countdown for 15 minutes so that, well, I get, right, okay, so it was sort of smart there to have a way out, but again, she just totally doubled down and she didn't do the humans any favours there. And it was really beginning to, like, annoy me after a while because she just wasn't willing to give them a chance. She wasn't willing to really learn from the mistakes that she made, because she knew what she did was a mistake and yet she did nothing to correct it. I can understand the desperation of her mother, but it just went too far. It just kept on escalating. When they were doing the negotiation and even when they decided, look, Earth isn't ready, I didn't think it was fair on the Silurians for them to have to go back to sleep again, but they were totally right. I mean, people on Earth, they would not be ready for that yet. You know, how would they take to a totally new race when, you know, we already fight amongst ourselves? So how would a new race, what would happen there? It would just probably cause a lot of wars between them. So hopefully in 1,000 years' time, Earth is ready for them. And I think the only way that can happen is if the Doctor prepares them for it as well. So I wonder if we'll get a future episode about that, if they'll come back into play in the future. That would be quite interesting to watch. So it wasn't just purely down to Ambrose. The commander, she really wanted a fight as well. She wanted that war. She already had her armies ready to go before she knew about her sister being killed. She had her armies ready. So she was desperate for a fight as well. It looked like Ambrose and the commander are the worst of their species in that moment. What was interesting was when the scientist said that he's been alone and he's been studying and watching humanity and humanity's evolved. Whereas the commander, she'd been in a hibernation all that time, so she's not seen all that progress. If her mindset is back to when they were hunting humans, then obviously she's got no sort of frame of reference to see humanity in a better light than what was provided. And it like she wasn't willing to listen yet either. I mean, I think maybe if before they come out of hibernation or out of their pods, they could have showed them a wee video of humanity and just the good and the bad. Maybe that would have helped. But yeah, she was always wanting that fight too, and I don't think anything that... I think even if her sister was alive, she would have still started a fight. So we can't really put all the blame on Ambrose there because it was both sides. I quite liked the chief, the leader. He seemed like he was willing to listen. He seemed quite calm about it all. I mean, he even put his people into hibernation and risked poisoning them just so that the doctor and his companions could go up and turn off the drill, first of all, so that it doesn't damage their civilization and so that they can escape as well. And he realised that humanity and the Silurians aren't ready yet to coexist. So he was definitely quite a wise leader there, and it was I really liked the moment between him and the doctor when they were discussing that, and it was a shame that they couldn't get it to work out. I'm wondering what will happen to, I can't remember the character's name, but the man that got poisoned. I'm wondering after he comes out of hibernation what he'll turn into, what he'll evolve into, if he'll look like the Silurian, or if he'll be like a mixture between humanity and the Silurian, or if he'll just stay human looking, or if it's a case of neither and they find a way to get rid of the poison from him because he might die. It would just be interesting if he evolved instead of getting rid of the poison. So I do wonder if they'll go back to them in the future, and then for her to stay with them as well. And I understood why, because she's been spending her whole life to dig as deep as she can into the earth, and she's found she clearly didn't think that would be there, but she's found something that she's been looking for. But I suppose she doesn't really know these creatures. She doesn't know what their customs are or anything like that. So I'm wondering if they'll actually accept humans in with them. So yeah, I really hope we do go back to that in the future, because I'm really curious to see a bit more of that now. It was odd seeing a scientist like so enamoured with humanity when he'd just been dissecting the little boy's dad and he was just about to dissect Amy, because he does seem to hold some sort of tenderness towards humans from watching them evolve. I mean, he stood up for them over the commander as well. He went and got the chief out of hibernation to stand up to the commander. And it was a shame that he had to die after he did all that as well. But this episode was so much better than the previous one. The previous one was definitely just like a lead-in to this one, because I really enjoyed this episode. And now I keep on thinking about Rory and the crack, and I'm hoping maybe there's a way of going into the crack and saving Rory. I don't know. But they can't have it with Amy just forgetting him. I mean, it genuinely makes me upset to even think about that, because it's so awful to just totally forget someone that you've just been in love with and spent all this time with, and you have no memories of them anymore, just nothing. It's devastating, especially for her not to even realise. But then the doctor can see all this, and it must hurt him as well, actually. And Rory saved the doctor. Rory pushed the doctor out of the way, and he took that blast meant for the doctor. He's been a hero this episode. So my favourite character has to be Rory in this episode. He sacrificed himself for the doctor, and we will see him again. Okay, we will see him again. I'm putting that out there, especially with the engagement ring. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I want to see the next one to see if Rory's okay. I'm quite sad after seeing that happen to Rory, and I hope it's something that we can find him again and get him again. Maybe get him from, like, pull him out of the crack or something like that. I don't know. I do not know how it works, but if anyone can do it, it's the doctor that can do it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment as well. I love reading your comments.